In a city growing as fast as Charlotte, finding the right neighborhood for your family isn't just about location. It's about finding a community that feels like home. From Ballantyne's modern luxury to Elizabeth's historic charm, Barclay Downs' prestigious streets to Madison Park's hidden value, each neighborhood tells a different story. Today, we're going to be taking you guys on a journey through some of Charlotte's top family neighborhoods so you can discover exactly where your family's next chapter begins.
This literally is almost like a crown jewel as far as location goes in good old Charlotte. I mean, you couldn't be closer almost to Uptown, but still don't feel very crowded. It is super walkable. You have a lot of amenities when it comes to restaurants, when it comes to bars, and when it comes to living. This place is a nice place to be.
For sure. And the beautiful thing is that this is not only one of Charlotte's oldest areas, but it's one of the last areas that keeps its character. Right now, we're staying in Independence Park, which kind of makes sense because it's one of Charlotte's oldest parks too. So it kind of keeps that thing going. So if you guys are looking for something that's close to the city, that still has that character, it's not so much modern to it, but still family friendly, walked around, the point of this video right here, this is exactly kind of where you guys want to be. And again, super close by the Charlotte Airport and Uptown itself.
Now, one of the beautiful things about this neighborhood, about this area in Charlotte, it is super walkable, even though you're so close to the city. I mean, literally right along 7th Street, you have a plethora of restaurants, things to do. You can walk to grocery stores. I mean, the list is literally endless. And you can be in your neighborhood, walk out, and you'll be right there. Now, a lot of people that actually love to be in this area are also people that work in the healthcare system because you have Atrium and Novant, which are one of the prime healthcare providers here in the Charlotte area, right around the corner, which also can be walkable. If you work there, walk to work, bike to work, what a lifestyle.
Right. And what was your favorite restaurant? You said the Crunkleton?
Oh, the Crunkleton.
Right, Crunkleton.
Oh man,
and
that thing is cool.
Man, I got to try it out. The Cajun Queen. They turned this 100-year-old house or whatever it is to a great restaurant. You also got the Fig Tree and a couple others too. So 7th Street, like you said, is where you're gonna find everything right in the corner. Very, very walkable. Even just where we are in Independence Park, there's nothing but people walking their dogs here, nothing but people biking and running around. So for the kind of family-friendly area, you have a daycare. I don't know if y'all can hear them behind us, but the kids are yelling right to the side of us. You have a lot of things to do, very safe, very walkable, a lot of things to do, especially for the babies. Now, when it comes to actually living inside of Elizabeth, the real estate is going to alter a little bit, right? You have that character, you have that charm. Some are going to be modernized, some are going to be 2025, but you can still get that 40s, 30s, kind of 50s theme to it if that's something you guys are looking for. Now, let me pull out my pocket and let me read some numbers over to you guys. So you're really going to have 5 unique subdivisions. You're going to have Highland Park, Piedmont Park, Oakhurst, Rosemount, and you got Elizabeth Heights. Those are gonna be the neighborhoods that kind of really make up Elizabeth, right? It's not a very, very big area. When it comes to real estate and with some numbers, condos, townhomes, you can get anywhere from lowest 200,000, probably gonna be a fixer-upper, to about 1.2 million. What that means is there are development coming to the area. And then for single family homes, you're gonna have 500,000 all the way up to about 2.1. The average, unfortunately, a little bit more expensive because of the area. You're gonna have around $1 million or so, maybe 1.2, but you can find something, like I said, in a $500,000 range. But with the proximity, with the location, it's very, very, very tough to be here.
You can't beat it, and it's desirable. If something does come on the market and it's decently priced and it's in good shape, gone. Now here's a perfect example of what living or the real estate is like in good old Madison Park. If you look right behind me, new construction, beautiful, probably would cost you $1 million plus. To the right of it, you see somebody rehabbing another house, right? So right behind me, there's like a smaller ranch style type of house, which is pretty typical because the neighborhood is a little bit more established. But then if you look along the street, you see all these houses that have been kept up, fixed up, renovated. So this stuff is literally all over the place here in good old Madison Park.
I like Madison Park specifically for the greenery. Now you can see now it's February, so all of these trees is dead right now, unfortunately, but beautiful tree-lined streets here. You got Madison, and then you also have Marion too, which is two very, very close parks. And then if you really, really wanted to, if you really like to bike in, you know, if you wanted to put your kids through T-ball or something like that, you also have Freedom Park, which is 98 acres full of mountain biking trails, walking,
nice park.
all that type of stuff. So Madison Park is a great central location. And then you also share the same school district with Myers Park, Barclay Downs, and the Freedom Park kind of area over there. So not only do you get the same amenities, but you're at half the cost. Well, if you're not doing a brand new construction home, right?
For sure.
You're at half the cost a lot of the times at 500 to 600,000.
Now, speaking of the location, this one is placed a little bit, so like Devontae was saying, we're a little bit further south, but this also gives you easy access to two very desirable areas within Charlotte.
Yes.
We have SouthPark, right? Where's also SouthPark Mall, which is probably the biggest and most prominent, kind of the bougie mall here in Charlotte.
Yeah.
But then
Super
you
expensive.
also have South End.
Yes.
South End is more of a younger crowd, very vibrant, a lot of apartments, a lot of bars, a lot of restaurants, very walkable. So there are two different areas that are super desirable within the Charlotte area that are south of Uptown.
And if South End is going to be too much of a younger crowd for you, which for some people it is if you're not into that scene, you also have Montfort Drive too, which is a lot of bars, food, bowling alley over there. It's about 2 blocks long, but I swear they made this thing in the heart of Madison Park, which I think is actually down that road right there.
We're here in beautiful Barclay Downs. It is definitely a neighborhood we want to bring to you because if you want this type of lifestyle, this is definitely something you want to consider. But first, let me tell you guys where this actually are. Where are we in Charlotte? We are nicely in South Charlotte, right in the center, right above South Park. Pretty much 15 minutes or so from Uptown, 30 minutes from the airport. So, but the location gives you a ton of amenities. As far as Barclay Downs, when it comes to walkability, if it's something where you can just walk around, doesn't necessarily have a ton of sidewalks, right? And it does get a little bit congested on Barclay Downs Road, especially when school is getting out. We literally just experienced that. So they will come out, hold the stop sign up, and you just be sitting there.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yes. But on the side streets, you do see people walking their dog, you know, going for a jog, because there is not a lot of traffic. Even though there are no sidewalks, there's plenty of space for you just to get out and enjoy this beautiful neighborhood. And I guess it's also worth mentioning, it's when you walk around here, it's a very quaint, cute, established, but also feels as a very safe neighborhood.
Yeah, very homey, for sure. When it comes to the lifestyle, like Kevin said, you do have a little bit separate high school district. So if you guys are in South Park, you're gonna go to South Mecklenburg High. Right. But if you guys are in Barclay Downs, the actual district of Barclay Downs, so depending on where you guys wanna be, you'll go to Myers Park High School. So,
it's a big deal.
Yes, huge deal. So depending on which high school, when you guys are doing your research and stuff like that, depending on what high school that you guys feel is best for your child, or that school district is best for your child, make sure you guys do the research on that specific border school district. Because if you're a street over, you won't be going to that specific high school, which could, you know, hurt everything you've been doing your research on if you guys are looking in this area.
Let's talk numbers on good old real estate and what it would take to get into Barclay Downs. Okay, so let's start off with, I guess, the little breathtaker, which is the average home price in this neighborhood is $1.1 million.
If you got the budget for it.
You got the budget. Now, you can get something sub $1 million.
Yes, for sure.
Right?
For sure.
But usually those are going to require some kind of updates. They might just be cosmetic. It might just be dated, but you're not going to get something that's just super fixed up under $1 million. Luckily, most of the time, it's not going to happen.
We made it to Ballantyne at the Bowl, way down in South Charlotte, but the amenities that you get down here, the area that you get down here, and this was right behind us, the amphitheater, the Ballantyne at the Bowl, it's unprecedented. Honestly, it was one news article that I seen, they was trying to make this like the heartbeat of the Carolinas. They made a strong push. I don't know if it's there just yet, but they definitely made a strong push.
It is
Ballantyne
super
is dope.
nice.
Yeah, Ballantyne is nice right here. They got the artificial grass. You got some dead grass behind us, but when this is in the summertime, all green and beautiful. I mean, you can see people, babies everywhere, are running around us right now, and it is what is this, February 28th? Imagine when it's in summertime or they got a band playing, it's probably crazy
Oh yeah,
out
there's
here.
a lot of outdoor stuff. I mean, you have all these restaurants over here. You have some bars over there. If you've been here, one of the big known breweries is Old Mecklenburg Brewery, which is a German style brewery.
Let's get it.
And they have their facility. They built a nice beer garden out here.
Yeah.
Like, they invested a lot of money and opened up another location, which a lot of people in Ballantyne truly enjoy.
Yep. And because it's homebred,
Right.
So, you know, and German beer, well,
Yep.
when you are drinking, that's your thing. So let's talk a little bit about Ballantyne. So Ballantyne A is one of the best school districts in Ardrey Kelly. Ardrey. I don't know why I keep pronouncing that wrong. Either way it goes, it's one of the best school districts around the entire Charlotte area. It is ranked 97 out of 100 on publicschools.com and also on a North Carolina site as well.
One of the reasons why a lot of people want to come to Ballantyne as well is because there are a lot of businesses who grab foothold here. There are a lot of business parks. I mean, there's one that's over 535 acres or something.
And that was the start of Ballantyne. Yeah,
Right.
that was pretty much the start of it.
Right.
Yeah.
So Ballantyne has just a bunch of businesses coming down here in parks. So if you're a business owner as well and you're looking for office space, Ballantyne might be the place to go because they do have a bunch of vacant places available.
That and your employees would love it. Literally, you got Tower View right behind us, so they can also rent if they can't own. So you can still stay within the vicinity of Ballantyne, and you're not far from work. Like, this is that eat, sleep, play area that everybody's looking for, especially nowadays when they're trying to save on that car note.
Especially
it's
at the mall.
Yes, for sure.
Especially at
for sure. Now, speaking of living here and real estate and things like that, let's go over some numbers here quick. You know, we got it on the phone. Tower View, which is literally right behind us, you're probably looking at about $1,982 per month for a 1-bedroom. So it's a little bit up there, right? It's a little bit up there, but you also have 2 bedrooms, which is about $2,800, right? You could probably find them for about $26. So it is a little bit more expensive to live down here. But you also have Sagewood, which is a little less expensive. You got $1,472 for a 1-bedroom, and then a 3-bedroom is going to cost you around $24. So a 2-bedroom is probably going to be around that 18, might be that 2,000 rough.
When it comes to single-family homes, as far as you owning one, let's start from the top down.
Yes.
Okay, if you're looking for something that's a little bit more on the bougie end because you just like a nice luxurious lifestyle, hey, I'm with you. I love it.
Me and you both.
Then you're looking at roughly about $1.4 million on average.
Don't let that scare you.
Don't, but you can also spend more if you want to.
Yeah.
But on average, roughly about $1.4 million. But if you're saying, hey, I like a little bit more of a humble lifestyle, the average home price for a single family is about $521,000.
Yes.
Now, for a condo, you're looking at about $338,000, and for a townhome, $440,000 on average. So that kind of gives you an idea of what you can find within Ballantyne. So it's affordable, but if you want to get extra, you definitely can.
And last but not least, now we talked about the Bowl a couple of times, but you also have Ballantyne Village, which is the most shopping that you guys can have and do around here. Now, if you guys never been to Ballantyne Village, it's a dope place. It has this beautiful glass kind of building on the corner, but everything in between and around there is nothing but eats and shopping.
As always, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We really, truly appreciate you spending your valuable time. We love making these videos, but what we like even more is to help you relocate to the Charlotte area. If that is in 7 days, 7 months, it does not matter. Just give us a call, shoot us a text. We're here to support you and make that journey happen. Until next time.